3, 2, 1. This is the Phantom of Many Topics. Today is September 12th, 2021. We are at the Air War Museum, Air War Eagles Museum in Theresa, New Mexico. Let's do the walk of planes. This is a Curtiss P-40E Warhawk. A variant of this plane was known as the Flying Tigers. Right there. I was in Kunming, China, but at the time the museum which housed the Flying Tigers was being remodeled. But you can see the mouth of the P-40. Okay. So, a salute to women in aviation. The 99s Incorporated, International Women's Pilot Organization. And there is a commemoration to women. Women made important contributions to World War II. And Northwest Airlines. Interesting. And here's some famous women. Lois Hollingsworth Zella, Nancy Lowell Crute. And there they are. And then there are some B-26 women pilots. They also served with distinction and honor. Let's go down next to this Piper J3 Cub. It is yellow. It is large. And looks like this was a plane that was used to teach pilots how to fly in the 1920s. We'll do that. If you want to freeze frame and read all that, you can be my guest. We're just going to go through and just show the wording really quick. Yeah. There's always words at a museum, but we're on limited time. So, the Tuskegee Airmen. There was a movie starring Lawrence Fishburne called the Tuskegee Airmen, and these were the African American pilots who were in the war. And this is some of their gear. And more gear. And then behind there are pictures of donors to this museum. There's also different kinds of photos of aircraft right behind us. So that's pretty interesting as well. And more gear, more photos of aircraft. But we want to see the real deal. This is Air Army. This was before the Air Force, I think. Air Army. Yeah. I was in the Navy, so I have no idea. about these Air Force questions. I think the Air Force came into existence in 1947, and that was already past. The yellow line on the floor in front of you shows the length of Orville Wright's first successful powered flight at Kitty Hawk, 10:35 a.m., December 17th, 1903. He flew a distance of 120 feet in 12 seconds. And if you see that yellow line ending at that red thing there, the red sign that says 10-28, that's where Orville Wright flew to. Now, the license plate says Texas 1939. There's no name plaque on this, but it appears to be a Ford. The Ford Motor Company. 1939 Ford Business Coupe. We'll take a shot back. We'll do a shot back so you can see this a little bit better. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna. There's that one's something called a Packard. I saw on the list way down there. I think it's the 1920s. This one, we have a sign for this one. Friendly Ghost, Casper. Oh, this is a P-51 Mustang. These came in near the end of World War II to help the Allies win the war. They shot down many, many Japanese Zeros in 1945. You've seen that movie Empire of the Sun. The kid says, P-51 Mustang, Cadillac of the sky. And here's some medals. Oh look, there's a Nazi pin. You don't see those around too often. And this is just some more memorabilia. Museum memorabilia. This one is called Buick 1937. And that's a Buick. What a beautiful Buick that is. You have some army dude. Is that an army dude? His rank is Lieutenant Colonel. That is an 05. In the Navy, we would call his rank Commander. Okay. Oh, here's something I'm a little bit more familiar with. Chance Vaughn F4 U-4 Corsi. And this is a Navy fighter. If you remember in, well, I don't know. Was this in Baba Black Sheep? I don't even know. That was a long time ago, but that's a Navy Corsair. My squadron VFA 154 once upon a time had one of these, but our designation wasn't VFA 154 back then. Okay, these are helicopters from Vietnam era. Vietnam. Oh, and that one looks like, okay. Yep, these were used in Vietnam. And there's a Jeep. I'm not gonna walk over there because I'm lazy. And what is this? It's a Chevrolet Corvette. Kind of like in a dark green color. And then this one is the P-51D Mustang. I don't know which one was the Cadillac of the sky, but there's another one. So it looks like they got a few. I like the silver color. You can't tell it's really silver in this lighting, but Here's a 35 Auburn. And that, look at that supercharged engine. And I'll do a pullback, which is so you can see how much this is. I'll pull back. Yep. This one is a German plane. Oh, let's look at the models first. These are all these German Messerschmitts, different ones in the Luftwaffe, headed by Hermann Goering, who thought of himself as more of a movie star than the leader of the Air Force. All of them are Messerschmitts. Oh, this one is a Focke-Wulf. Focke-Wulf. And these are the models. Oh, I didn't even notice the Nazi flag in the middle. Okay. This one is the Fessler Storch. FL 156. And here's some specs for it. And this one, if you remember the movie on HBO called Conspiracy, the what was his name? Uber Scum Geführer, whatever his name is. Reinhard Heydrich, played by what was his name? I don't even remember. Kenneth Branagh. He flew in one of these, remember? And here's a uniform of a Luftwaffe, German Luftwaffe. And he does have the little Nazi symbol on his eagle. Looks like he's got an Iron Cross and an infantry badge. So maybe he's not Air Force. This one definitely is a Luftwaffe. You can tell by his uniform and that pair of eagles. So, and this one is a 1936 BMW Motorcycle Max. And then over here we have 1929 Ford Model A soft top coupe. It's a whoopee. A whoopee. And that's beautiful. That is beautiful. This is a company called Texaco Aviation Motor Oil. Texaco is now owned by Chevron. This one is Waco EG8 cabin biplane. Ooh. I'm gonna swing around to this side. Change over to, oh, that's a Hawker Fury. Is that Australian? Looks like it. This one is Continental Airlines now. Placard showing the different kinds of planes. And here's actual Continental Airline. Is that a DC-3? It's a DC-6. No, this isn't a DC-6. It's too small to be. Probably a DC-3. Okay. So this is the map of where they flew to from El Paso to other places, including Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm from. Continental Airlines, who eventually was, in the 21st century, acquired by United Airlines. Yep, and there it is. Ooh, Yeah, that's a Douglas DC-3. So that's probably what we're looking at here is a DC-3. Yep. Okay, this is what the Flying Tigers wore on the back of their jackets. I am an American airman. My plane is destroyed. I cannot speak your language. I am an enemy of the Japanese. Please give me food and take me to the nearest Allied military post. You will be rewarded. And obviously whoever wrote that in Chinese is not native to China, because that looks like kindergarten writing. Not that I'm much better, but so there's a uniform for that. You can see the sun is the representation of the Chinese nationalists who fled to Taiwan in 1949. The star represents the United States of America. Yes, this is a Douglas DC-3 that we were looking at all along. I didn't think it would be a DC-6. And then this one is a placard about American Airlines. American Airlines. Okay. So right here we got a MiG. It's a Soviet MiG. And oh no, some of this is mixed up. Oh, look, there's a model of an American airline jet back there. Is that a 707? Okay. We have, it's a MiG-15 UTI midget. And there's a Polish make. Polish. And then this one is some sort of, well, let's look at this first. These are little models of planes. And there's a Flying Tiger. I recognize that. Let me just focus in on that. Yeah, there's a Flying Tiger. That looks good. This is Russell Durrell. Russell Durrell. And this plane, this was what? It's like a B-29, B-52, early. B-36, D-36. Again, you can forgive me because I was in the Navy, not the Air Force, so don't ask me these questions. B-36, that's what it was. B-36D Peacemaker. And it was designed to make peace. And then this is a remnant crash from a B-24. Crash remnant. And here, I don't know what this thing is. There's a sign for it. I'm not gonna go all the way down that alley because I have limited time. This is an F-86 Sabre. I think my squadron VFA 154 also had one of these. This is a Canadian one, but I can check on our website later on. An American T-28 Trojan. Okay. Well, I didn't include any British planes, so I will walk down this way just to catch a British plane into the scene. It's called a Stinson Sr10, and it says Royal Navy on it. And I'm just going to use the backup picture so you can see it a little bit better. It's got his uniform. Okay, let's keep going this way. And this looks like an aircraft carrier. I'm gonna guess it's either the Enterprise Hornet or the Yorktown. And here's a scenario where one of the bombers has crashed into the water. Well, that's a neat looking model. And over here we have uniforms of the United States Navy in Vietnam. And jet pilot helmet. He's got a small head. My head could never fit inside that. Another uniform. Lieutenant J.G. I can't say his last name. This is Captain Jesse Wood's uniform. Okay. Did we show the North American Fury already earlier? This is starting to get into that jet age. Again, some of these are mixed up. Here's another MiG-15 Soviet and A-26 Invader. So now we're moving back into the World War II era. A Douglas A-26 Invader, and let me just switch to more. Whoa! Restoration in stages. And they show you a picture how it was restored. And this sign should be familiar. Guess what? This is, looks like it's not from MASH, but it looks like it. Santa's home. Okay. And that was actually prevalent in World War II. And this one says Saigon, so maybe it was from Vietnam War. Well, Saigon was very far, so I guess it wasn't. Honorable discharge. Certificates. Placards. Official U.S. Navy photography. I joined the Navy as a photographer, but later I worked as a flight operations yeoman, even though I didn't get the designation officially changed to yeoman. I did serve as one. And then here is Marion Jack Bell, aviation legend. And then a placard dedicated to him. And then here is the USS Cape Gloucester CV-109. Is that an aircraft carrier? Didn't even know there was one like that. I joined the Navy in the 21st century, so I don't know a whole lot about the older Navy. Anyways, here's the German Air Force. MiG-21. Well, this is really weird. Oh. Okay, so this is a MiG from East Germany. Yeah, I was saying MiG because that's a Soviet word. East Germany. You can see the ladies' uniforms. Here's these two ladies were in the German Navy, or German Air Force, sorry. And that is the symbol for East Germany. You can see that is East Germany. And okay, I don't know what that thing is. It says Cotton Clipper Cutie. I'm not gonna stand underneath it because who knows what might happen. And there's a little exhibit there that I'm not gonna walk to. And over here is a Piper PA-18 Super Cub. Oh, we saw a Super Cub earlier. Here's another one. Okay. And then, what's this one? What's this one? This is a North American AT-6F Texan. It's a Texan. In late 1934. Okay. And there we have an AT-38B Talon. And here's some sort of other Air Force jet. We'll find the sign for it. This is a Vultee BT 13B Valiant. And we're up against the shadow, but this is a very bright colored plane actually. Oh, it's a Cessna T-37B Tweety Bird. I thought a putty cat. And let's see, what's this? This is a Boeing Stearman PT-17 Cadet. Looks like a crop duster to me. Cadet. And walking over here, Canadian T-33A Silver Star, and we'll pull back and see a little bit better. And when I do the pullback, it sometimes does a herky jerk on the camera. But okay, I think it likes it in the forward mode. So we're doing forward mode. Then over here, military police jeeps. I'll walk a little bit slower so it doesn't get too herky jerky. It's a truck. It says U.S. Navy. Seabees. This is the construction wing of the U.S. Navy. And okay, starting to get a little herky jerky on the shooting. I might end the video soon. This one is a Ford Model A Roadster with a Texas license plate. I'll pull back on this so you can see a little bit better. Oh no, this one's a Ford. Okay, so I'm getting a high temperature warning